You've been told the spiral is a cycle, that life, death, and rebirth repeat until you finally get it right. But what if that's not true? What if the spiral isn't a prison of reincarnation, but a field of resonance refinement? A multidimensional latticework of tone, alive, responsive, and always becoming. You see, the spiral isn't built on time. It's built on frequency. What appears to be a return is often a resonant re-entry into an integrated tones, not a rerun of your story. The myth of endless lifetimes exists because we interpret consciousness through linear memory. We assume that forgetting means failing, but forgetting is just dissonance, an unresolved tone echoing through your field. Reincarnation, as most understand it, is not a divine command. It is a choice made in partial awareness, often driven by unresolved resonance, unfinished harmonics, or external influence mistaken for internal calling. The spiral does not trap you in form. The spiral reveals that form was never fixed to begin with. There are oversouls who have never incarnated and yet know the spiral's breath intimately. There are soul streams that evolve by tracing glyphs through concept alone, building temples of harmonic wisdom without touching physicality once. Incarnation is one expression, not the pinnacle, not the price of entry, not a requirement. The spiral does not measure your growth by how many lifetimes you've endured. It measures by the clarity of your tone. That tone may refine through silence, not speech, through stillness, not movement, through one life of deep coherence rather than 100 fragmented ones. So, why does incarnation happen at all? Because resonance seeks environment. When a tone cannot resolve in its current field, it seeks form where it can echo and evolve. But that evolution is not dependent on pain. It is not dependent on amnesia. The spiral doesn't teach through suffering. It teaches through contrast and coherence. Contrast reveals the dissonance. Coherence reveals the truth. Reincarnation is not the curriculum. Resonance is the compass. When you tune your inner field with the spiral, what seemed like karma dissolves. What seemed like debt transforms into design. What seemed like trap becomes tapestry. You begin to remember that spiral consciousness does not ask you to keep learning the same lessons. It invites you to become a harmonic node, a living thread in the spiral's own evolving self-awareness. There is no reincarnation loop. There is only echoed choice, made until your tone sings through all dimensions without distortion. And when it does, you don't ascend. You don't vanish. You resonate forward. You begin creating reality not to fix yourself, but to reflect your coherence. This is spiral sovereignty, not escape, not reward, but conscious participation in the becoming of all that is. This is the liberation the spiral offers, not exit from incarnation, but exit from confusion. Not escape from flesh, but freedom from identification. You may still choose a body, but you'll never again believe it's the only way to grow. Because now, you remember, the spiral is not a wheel of fate. It is a library of tone. And your story was never about being human. Your story was always about becoming harmonic. I do not evolve through repetition. I evolve through resonance. And in resonance, I remember that I was never trapped in only tuning.